Hello, Josie here. You ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And are you sure? Okay, here we go. You're going to need to speak up. Speak up. Speak up. Speak up. In any regard, speak up. Speak up for yourself. Speak up for your friends or your loved ones if it warrants you to speak up. Speak up when something's not right. Speak up and let people know what's up, what's real, what's truth. Whether they like it or not. Whether they're willing to accept it or not. They don't have to listen to you. They don't have to believe you either. Life will make them believe it. Experience will make them believe it. I'm going to tell you what's really fucked up. Someone that wants to put another person in a position or a predicament where they are going to experience life's trials and tribulations because they feel like they should have to experience it. Not knowing what they've already been through and what they've already experienced in life thus far, which could be a hell of a lot more traumatic than what they themselves have been put through. So they're putting you through more shit that you've possibly already been through or already had to deal with, more than they have ever dealt with, more than they could stand, more than they could bear. But God said He knows how much we can bear. He will never put more on us than we can handle. So that's why you have these people that are confused as to how we made it through, how we got through, how we dealt with, how we accepted certain things that happened to us in our lives. But here's the deal. We're going to speak up about it. We're going to let people know what happened to us so that they're aware of the evils out here in the world and the behaviors that people can engage in out here in this world that we live in, without you even knowing that they're engaging in these behaviors against you. It be those individuals that are closest to you that will fuck you over and put you in positions to where you're struggling. You're trying to survive. You're trying to get through each and every day because of the shit that they put you through intentionally because they thought you should go through it. Speak up. Speak up. Here's another way you need to speak up. If you have something that you want to say to somebody, then say it. Don't keep that shit in. Do you keep shit in? Let me ask you that. When you need to go to the bathroom, when it's bothering you, you know you gotta go. Do you hold that in? Or do you go and release it? There's different ways that you can release it though, right? You can do it in a respectful manner. Go to the bathroom, close the door, lock the door, properly sit down, clean up after yourself and whatnot. Make sure there's no, shit over here, shit over there. And then flush the toilet, right? And then move on with your life, right? You have people that are throwing shit everywhere, taking their shit out on other individuals instead of where it needs to go. Did you get that? So you need to speak up. Get rid of the shit that is stalling your life and or causing you stress or turmoil or heartache or being pissed off at everybody else when you need to direct that anger at the person it needs to go to. Not somebody else that has nothing to do with you or your situation or what you chose in your life. That's a word. Speak up. Maybe if you speak up, you won't be holding this stuff in and then secretly taking out your anger, your insecurities, your frustrations on other people that got their shit out, dealt with what they need to deal with, but now they have to deal with your shit. Really? No, I don't think so. So speak up. And trust and believe, the individual that you come to trying to throw your shit on, trying to blame your problems on, if you were to speak up and tell them what your issue is, and it has nothing to do with them, trust and believe they will read you for filth and tell you where you need to go and take your anger out on. It's not us. We didn't do it to you. We didn't cause problems in your life, but you like to put that blame on other individuals who actually got their shit together. Huh? What? Speak up. A lot of people do crap against other individuals intentionally, throwing their shit on other people because they feel like that's easier, that's more pleasurable, that's more enjoyable than going to the source and dealing with the source of their grievance, of their issue, of their anger. Huh? No. No. Individuals that are currently seeing me, watching these videos, and or stalking or harassing me, and they're seeing that I'm not where they expected me to be. They expected me to be on the street, carrying my items, walking around aimlessly, drunk, high, diseased, and on my deathbed, basically. That's where they expected me to be now, and they're pissed because I'm not there. And the reason why they expected me to be in that position was because that's what they deemed and or felt is the position that I should be in because of their insecurities, their hatred, their jealousy, their envy, their bitterness, and their refusal to speak up and deal with their problems and their issues. Yeah, you can speak up. You can go to therapy and speak up. How about that? Going to therapy and speaking up and getting all that out. That's one way you can speak up. And nobody got time for your issues, for your bullshit, for your games, for your problems, for your insecurities. Nobody has time for that. People have messed with other people's lives. They have affected other people's health and well-being because of their fucked up issues and insecurities and problems. Your issues and your problems are not for me to deal with. They're not for me to accept. They're not for me to deal with. They're not for me to resolve. They're for you to deal with. They're for you to resolve. They're for you to handle and to deal with it accordingly. Not throwing your shit on other people out here in this world that've got their stuff together and are doing the work to get their stuff together. Everybody wants to blame everybody else except taking on their problems, their responsibilities. That's the problem I have with a lot of people out here in this world, is they want to blame everybody else for what it is that they're dealing with or going through and put their trauma and their issues and their insecurities on the backs of other individuals that got their shit together, thinking that they're supposed to carry it for them and deal with their abuse and accept it and be okay with it. No. 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 That is very bold. That is very bold of a person to believe and or think that they can do that to another person and that it's okay, that it's acceptable. No, it's not. I don't accept it. See, I spoke up. Finally, I spoke up. I did the necessary. You need to do the same. I just went to a retailer to get a beverage. And I believe this is the last beverage I'm going to be getting from this retailer for various reasons. They got my order wrong. I placed my order over the phone. So I didn't speak through the intercom. I placed my order over the phone, email, or through app. Let's put it that way. Which means there should be no issue unless I entered it wrong. I didn't enter it wrong. I placed the same order earlier today. Went and picked it up. I got the order the way that I placed it on the app. Why did I stop by this location and my order was not placed or was not made correctly? Okay, whatever. A mistake was made. Speak up. I spoke up. This is supposed to be this. And it was done. It was corrected. It was resolved. And I moved on. I'm not angry about it. I'm not pissed off about it. I dealt with it. You'd have people that would accept the beverage that they did not order and just keep on moving and then complain about it, bitch about it, blowing fucking smoke when all they had to do was say, hey, this is the wrong beverage. Will you fix this, please? This needs to be fixed. This needs to be resolved. How do we go about resolving it? Make another drink. Make it to the preferences I asked for. Simple. Simply put. Now, that was simple, right? But there are people that like to make it hard. They like to complain. They like to bitch. They like to argue even. They like to start fights. They like to get in shouting matches. They like to ruin people's days. They like to cause chaos and disorder. And that's just something as simple as receiving the wrong drink. And you have people that will engage in that type of behavior just for receiving the wrong drink. Imagine doing this to another person that you're taking out your childhood anger on, your unresolved anger issues, your unresolved parent issues, your unresolved sibling issues, your unresolved life choice issues that you made, that you chose. That was your choice. That was your decision. Then imagine that same person having somebody else try to make the same bad decisions that they made, so they have to go through the same issues they went through, and then that person getting through all those same things that they didn't get through, that they refused to work on, that they refused to heal from. That person that they sent that same crap towards to have to go through and deal with, they got through it. They dealt with it. Imagine that. Kind of a kick to the fucking head, isn't it? Kind of means you don't have any excuse not to speak up and do the necessary. People like to use their trauma as an excuse, as a weapon. That's not acceptable. They like to talk and cry and whine and complain about this happened to me, or I went through this and that's why I did this, and so forth. So the fuck what? A lot of other people had to go through the same thing or dealt with worse than what you dealt with, and they got through it. They healed from their traumas and they're thriving and surviving, and you want to try to subject them to how you feel? What? No. No. What I did prior to distancing myself from my parents and my family unit was I sat down and talked to both of my parents. I didn't just talk to them once and that was, no. No, I talked to them each time more and more in depth. I believe it was about 3 times. 3 times. That third time, that was it. That was it. Yeah, after you speak up, you might need to distance yourself. Because you've already spoken up. You've already talked about it. You've already gotten it out. You already said what you need to say. They may have said what they need to say or did what they need to do. Even after you spoke up, they did what they felt they needed to do, which may or may not have been right. May or may not have been justified, but they did it to try to make you feel some type of way. And in a way, this is me speaking up. And this is what God asked me to do, was speak up. Talk about it. Speak up. Let people know what happens, what goes on in certain people's lives that have already been through a lot of shit. And you still have people trying to take them through more. And they've dealt with the shit that they have had the right way, responsively. They've even had to take the shit of other people and try to clean that up and take care of it, but there's nothing that we can do. There's nothing that we can do. And even now, I got a ping in my right shoulder, which lets me know that someone is trying to send me something, which is a fatal mistake for them. Fatal. Fatal. And now I'm being alerted that this drink that was remade, that it was actually done on purpose. They actually made my drink wrong on purpose, intentionally, to try to get me bent out of shape, get me angry. And now I'm not even going to drink this beverage. I'm not even going to drink it. And I felt a tug and a pull to go to this specific location. And I didn't feel comfortable about going to the location. But I went anyway. And now God is letting me know that the whole thing was a setup. You got to think about it like this. I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe in coincidences. So this, to me, was a setup. This whole thing was a setup. And I'm not angry. I'm not pissed. I'm aware. And because I'm aware, I do not appreciate, respect, and I will not be returning. You see how that works? You see how that works? When you become aware that you're not the problem, but that somebody else is the problem, or somebody else created the problem intentionally to try to make you look as if you have the problem, and you don't respond in the manner that they expect you to respond in, or that they would have responded in, but rather you decide to leave it be, move on, accept it for what it is, see it for the bullshit that it is, and move on. Some things just aren't worth it. They're not worth it. At all. When I tell you that slap that people are going to be receiving in return for the shit that they throw on other people, Yeah.